The distress signal had barely left the trembling alien outpost when the void itself seemed to respond. Silence stretched between the stars, broken only by the faint hum of distant engines, growing in intensity with each passing second. A fleet emerged from the darkness, not in a rush, but with the deliberate certainty of those who had mastered patience over centuries. The Deathworlders moved as a single entity, each ship a node in a network of calculated power, radiating authority that no creature could ignore. Stars glimmered in their wake, reflecting off sleek hulls, shield harmonics pulsing with quiet elegance. The alien outpost sensors registered them, and terror replaced relief. For the signal they had sent did not summon hope, it summoned judgment. The Deathworlders had come not to negotiate or debate. They had come because the galaxy had been ignoring warnings, because prudence had been dismissed, and because humanity's patience had limits even the vastness of space could not contain. From the bridge of the flagship, the Admiral observed the cosmos with a detached intensity. Calculations and predictions unfolded on translucent displays, showing trajectories, velocities, and potential outcomes with chilling accuracy. There was no hesitation here, no second-guessing, only certainty born from experience and intellect. Each vessel in the fleet reflected that precision. Moving in perfect synchronicity, engines glowing softly as they carved deliberate paths through the void, below the metallic hulls, the crews operated with the same calm mastery. Fingers danced across consoles, minds anticipating every variable, predicting every alien reaction, orchestrating the fleet's advance as though conducting a symphony. Quiet moments passed even in the throes of preparation, brief pauses where humans allowed themselves reflection, on survival, on duty, and on the weight of responsibility that came with wielding such power. They were aware that their presence alone was a declaration: disregard humanity at your own peril. The alien reinforcements that had been expected as saviors were now irrelevant. They observed, paralyzed, as the Deathworlders crossed into their system. It was not sheer firepower that commanded attention, it was intelligence, discipline, and the quiet moral authority of a species that had endured extinction, that had learned from millennia of trial, that understood the delicate balance between strength and conscience. The galaxy had called for assistance, but the answer arriving was neither timid nor forgiving. As the fleet advanced toward the outpost, beams of energy began to ripple across space, alien warships attempting to intercept, to intimidate, to survive. Every action was met with preemptive calculation. Shields shimmered, countermeasures deployed, and vectors adjusted with foresight so precise it seemed prescient. Humanity's arrival was not chaos, it was inevitability, an unstoppable current moving toward a destiny that none in the void could alter. The stars themselves seemed to witness the unfolding, the nebulae casting surreal light over advancing hulls, the darkness of space broken by calculated brilliance. Humanity had come not to negotiate, not to parley, not to submit. Humanity had come to remind the galaxy of a simple truth: patience has limits, and the species once underestimated does not forgive neglect lightly. The outpost's alarms blared, alien voices trembled in confusion, but there was no panic among the Deathworlders. There was only precision, only purpose, only the quiet certainty that the galaxy was about to learn what it had ignored for too long. The first salvo of energy erupted across the void, not reckless, not indiscriminate, but perfectly aimed, a demonstration that humans wielded their power with intellect as sharp as any weapon. The message was clear: reinforcement had arrived, and it carried the weight of centuries. The universe would remember this moment. Alien sensors screamed warnings, but it was too late to retreat. Every maneuver the outpost attempted was anticipated and countered with deliberate elegance. The Deathworlders did not rush, they advanced with the patience of predators. Calculating, observing, and striking only when the outcome was assured. Beams of energy lanced through the void, precise and controlled, dismantling defensive arrays without unnecessary destruction. Even in the chaos of battle, there was a rhythm, a choreography that showcased intellect as weapon and morality as shield. Fighter squadrons erupted from the main fleet, weaving between massive hulls with impossible agility, neutralizing threats before they could fully materialize. Each pilot moved in sync with the larger strategy, understanding not only the immediate task but the grand design of the engagement. Every intercepted missile, every counterstrike, every tactical adjustment spoke of a species that had survived extinction and emerged stronger. Wiser and unyielding, amidst the violence, humanitarian efforts continued. Pods carrying civilians and refugees were extracted with calm efficiency, even while the battle raged. Humanity's strength was measured not only in destruction, but in protection, in restraint, in the ability to act decisively without sacrificing conscience. Alien commanders, watching from fractured bridges, could not comprehend the combination of intelligence and ethics. The Deathworlders were not merely fighting, they were demonstrating that true power required foresight, precision, and moral clarity. The flagship's sensors recorded everything. Calculations unfolded at speeds faster than thought, predicting alien maneuvers before they occurred. Every strike was premeditated, every defense perfectly timed. There was no panic, no hesitation, only unwavering purpose. Humanity's presence alone conveyed the message: this species had endured, learned, and would not be underestimated. Debris from destroyed alien vessels glimmered like stars in the void, a silent testament to the efficiency and precision of human tactics. Explosions illuminated the fleet, revealing the coordinated dance of warships and fighters, a spectacle of intellect and discipline. The Deathworlders did not revel in carnage, they moved with clarity and purpose, each action a lesson in strategy, patience, and the undeniable supremacy of a species that combined power with morality. As the first phase of engagement concluded, the alien outpost lay in ruins, defenses shattered, morale broken. The Deathworlders did not celebrate, their eyes remained on the greater mission, scanning the void for further threats, ensuring no danger went unaddressed. Humanity had arrived, patience had ended, and the galaxy now understood that when humans answered a call for help, their response was absolute, decisive, and unforgettable. The stars themselves seemed to pulse with the significance of this intervention, bearing witness to the arrival of a force that had waited, observed, and now acted with precision and moral authority. The universe would remember this moment, not as chaos, not as a mere battle, but as the awakening of a species that refused to be ignored. The alien remnants fled toward distant systems, their formations broken, their ships crippled by precise human tactics. Yet the Deathworlders did not pursue blindly, they moved with measured intent, ensuring that every action served a purpose beyond destruction. Each system they passed was scanned, every anomaly noted, every potential threat neutralized or contained. Humanity's advance was not chaotic, it was methodical, a demonstration of foresight, intellect, and unyielding moral responsibility. From the flagship, the Admiral watched as fleeing alien vessels attempted to regroup, their sensors flickering in confusion and fear. Calculations displayed predicted outcomes, showing interception points, probable evasions, and collateral consequences. The fleet responded instantly, adjusting formations with flawless precision, surrounding pockets of resistance with minimal energy expenditure, a masterclass in strategy and patience. Below decks, crews moved with the calm intensity of those who had trained for centuries, minds anticipating every variable. Communications relayed updates from distant sectors, data streams analyzed in real time, and every pilot, engineer, and tactician acted as part of a living network. The Deathworlders were not a collection of ships, they were a singular organism, a demonstration of human ingenuity writ large across the stars. Amid the destruction, the humans extended their reach beyond warfare. Rescue operations were executed for planets destabilized by prior conflicts, environmental hazards corrected, and civilians evacuated. Energy shields enveloped cities, stabilizing infrastructures even as alien warships collapsed in the void. The message was clear: humanity wielded its power responsibly, combining intellect and morality to enforce order and protect life while demonstrating overwhelming superiority. Alien commanders, once confident in their technology and numbers, found themselves outmaneuvered and outthought at every turn. Their confidence faltered, replaced by growing dread as human precision eliminated every strategic advantage. The Deathworlders had transformed the battlefield into a canvas of discipline and foresight, a vivid demonstration that intellect and moral clarity could achieve what brute force alone could not. As the fleet crossed into uncharted systems, their presence reshaped the galaxy. Fleets once arrogant now avoided conflict, colonies that had ignored humanity's warnings now reconsidered allegiance, and whispers of the species that had endured extinction and mastered both patience and decisive action spread across the stars. The Deathworlders were not merely enforcing power, they were establishing a legacy, teaching the galaxy that intelligence coupled with restraint and moral purpose was the ultimate weapon. The void pulsed with quiet authority as humanity continued its advance. Every system passed, every threat addressed, every life preserved was a testament to the species that had waited, observed, and now acted decisively. The galaxy would remember the precision, the foresight, and the moral clarity of the humans who answered the call, not as conquerors, but as guardians, as a force that combined intellect, courage, and justice into an unstoppable presence among the stars. The alien command network struggled to regroup, their transmissions intercepted and analyzed before plans could even be formulated. Every move they attempted was countered with anticipation, every defensive protocol bypassed with deliberate efficiency. The Deathworlders operated as if the universe itself had conspired to grant them clarity of thought and purpose, a coordinated force where intellect and moral resolve were as lethal as any weapon. From orbital vantage points, human engineers and strategists monitored destabilized planets, stabilizing magnetic fields, redirecting debris, and preventing ecological collapse. Even amidst war, the humans' actions were precise and considerate, ensuring that collateral damage was minimized, that life, alien or otherwise, was preserved wherever possible. Their power was undeniable, yet tempered by a consciousness that few species in the galaxy possessed. Fighter wings darted between colossal capital ships, neutralizing threats with surgical accuracy. Each maneuver was calculated to maximize effect while minimizing waste, a demonstration of strategic elegance that left alien observers bewildered. Calculations unfolded in real time across every console, predicting enemy reactions before they occurred, adjusting formations, and directing fire with a precision that bordered on prescience. On the bridges of human ships, the calm focus of officers and crew belied the scale of destruction surrounding them. They moved with purpose, not emotion, with strategy, not impulse. The galaxy watched as humanity imposed order upon chaos, demonstrating that true power was not measured by raw force but by the intellect and moral clarity behind every decision. The alien fleet's morale collapsed entirely as they witnessed the human systematic dismantling of their networks. Key leaders were neutralized, supply lines severed, and every attempt to regain cohesion was met with preemptive strategy. It became evident that humanity was not merely responding, they were dictating the terms of engagement, reshaping the battlefield with deliberate intent and unparalleled foresight. In quiet moments between strikes, humans reflected upon the consequences of their actions, observing the cosmos with a mix of awe and responsibility. The stars stretched endlessly, a canvas upon which their power and morality were etched. Humanity had endured, adapted, and now acted decisively, proving that intellect, discipline, and ethical resolve could triumph over overwhelming odds. By the time the final alien contingents were subdued, the galaxy had been irrevocably altered. The Deathworlders' presence was no longer a threat to be feared, it was a force of precision, authority, and moral weight. Every system that had doubted, every species that had underestimated, had witnessed a simple truth. When humanity answered the call, it did so with mastery, clarity, and unyielding purpose. The void fell silent, save for the steady hum of human engines, a testament to patience, intelligence, and the relentless will of a species that refused to be ignored. The galaxy held its breath as the final phase of the campaign unfolded. Systems once considered safe by the alien coalition were now under careful human oversight, each star chart meticulously scanned for hidden threats, each orbital path calculated for maximum security. The Deathworlders advanced with quiet inevitability, every action deliberate, every strike precise, yet never reckless. They had become both sword and shield, a reminder that humanity's power was measured not in rash fury but in intellect, discipline, and moral clarity. From the bridge of the flagship, the Admiral observed entire fleets disintegrate under human strategy, alien commanders immobilized by the efficiency and foresight of their opponents. Sensors mapped every debris field, every energy signature, every potential ambush point, feeding a network of intelligence that allowed the fleet to act as a singular entity. There was no chaos here, only the cold, deliberate rhythm of a species that understood both the weight and the responsibility of true power. Beneath the hulls, crews worked with synchronized precision, each officer anticipating the next move, each engineer calculating energy outputs, and every pilot maneuvering as though guided by a collective consciousness. The battlefield was transformed into a controlled environment, a testament to strategy and foresight. Human actions were decisive but measured, demonstrating that even in war, intelligence and restraint were the ultimate tools of dominance. Alien resistance, once confident, crumbled completely. Key planets were secured without unnecessary destruction, supply chains dismantled before reinforcements could arrive, and every act of aggression was met with a preemptive counter that seemed almost prescient. The galaxy watched in stunned silence as a species long underestimated imposed its will not through fear alone, but through an overwhelming mastery of intellect, strategy, and moral authority. As the campaign drew to its conclusion, human forces began stabilization operations, rescuing civilians, restoring communication networks, and repairing damaged infrastructure. Even in victory, there was no celebration, only the quiet vigilance of those who understood that true strength required responsibility. Humanity had arrived, acted decisively, and left a legacy that would shape interstellar politics for generations. Stars glimmered across the void, reflecting off the fleet's hulls as it moved onward, a silent reminder that patience had limits, and that humanity's resolve was absolute. The galaxy had witnessed a force unlike any other, precise, intelligent, disciplined, and morally unyielding. Every system, every civilization, and every observer understood a singular truth: when humanity decided to act, the universe itself paid attention. The void settled into quiet once more. The echoes of human mastery lingering among the stars, leaving a final, unmistakable message etched across the cosmos. Some debts are never forgotten, and some calls for help are answered with absolute certainty. The stars themselves seem to whisper, humanity has come, and nothing will ever be the same.